Good evening, good evening, good evening. Can you grab that door for me, please? Good evening. It's so good to be with you this evening. My name is Pastor Leon Williams, Dr. T. Leon Williams, and today we will be discussing our academic enrichment program and introducing it to a lot of students. If you're tuning in, I hope that you are in high school or you have a son or daughter of a child in high school. So I want to make sure you have an opportunity to get some information about what is going on. Hurry. Enrichment program. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're back with you live. Again, my name is Leon. We're going to be doing this all summer long. We have about 8 to 10 sessions. The dates are here, starting today, June 9th, then the 16th, 23rd, and the 30th, and then in July 7th, 14th, 21st, and August 4th, and maybe the 11th. Again, it will be every Thursday at 6 o'clock. You can tune in live, so we'll be live, or you can come here at Simmons YMCA and be in person to get all your questions answered. Even though school just ended, research. And this takes me to my next few slides. And here's my contact information just in case you want to contact me in a later date or get your son or daughter enrolled in this summer session. We're going to be filming every session, okay? So if you're not here in person, you can at least catch it online as well. The number is 330-766-2870. My email, drtleonwilliams@gmail.com. So, and this is the book that we'll be using all summer long. My name, of course, I'm an author. I co-authored this with a colleague of mine. The First Year College Experience Handbook, Strategies for Academic Success and Character Development. All right? Again, this is prime for high school students, students going into college, students who are currently in college. When me and my colleague wrote this book, we were working at Elon University, and we took all of our years of experience of advising students to come up with this curriculum that was a great complement to students who were enrolled in college. So initially, this book was introduced and developed for those who were in college, already enrolled. So after years of stepping away from higher education, I decided that this book would be better served in the hands of high school students before they even get to college. Okay, so this book has been around for about somewhere around 5-6 years now, but I'm really excited about the work that it continues to do and how it serves students in high school as well as college. So it's summertime, and I know all of you are really happy because it is summertime. This is the time to relax, have fun, put the books away, put the backpack away, get into summer camps. For those who are athletes, you're working your drills and techniques. You're doing a lot of different things, people going on vacation. But here's the challenge that we have, especially in our country here in America. Research says that students over summer, they lose a lot when it comes to retaining information, okay, because of summer, because of stepping away. And what happens when it comes just a few months from now, when we get to the fall, all right, teachers have to work really hard to regain the focus of their students and get them back in classroom mode, get them back in study mode, get them back in homework mode. And it's not until research says until like October/November, where teachers are now ready to introduce new information because they spend the first few months, okay, just getting students to rethink and remember what they had went over and what they have proven to be efficient in just last year. So it's so important. It's so important, students, so important, parents, that you understand summer is a great time, but it is also a time where a lot of information that they have learned and retained tends to fade away. And then when it comes into the fall, it's a tough transition to get back into learning mode, because our behaviors are out of whack, our bedtimes are out of whack, etc. So I just described to you why this summer enrichment is important. Because we want to keep our kids sharp. We want to keep our kids' minds fresh. We want to remind them every week that we should be doing things to better ourselves in preparation for the classroom. We're waiting until we show up in the fall to be a student. And I disagree with that approach. I think we should be students all the time. Okay? So summer enrichment program is exactly that, to continue to mold and shape your son or daughter. All right? Continue to build on the skills and that they already have. And even more importantly, let's continue to identify some areas of concentration that need work. Okay? So summertime is great, but it can be a big distractor. All right? So let's jump into it. Since you're online, okay, you can type in questions. You can send questions to my email. I'll have my contact information again at the last slide. I want you to be engaged. If you're a student and you're watching this, whether it's today or tomorrow, whenever you see it, you will need a pen and paper, or a pencil and paper, to take notes, okay? This is a 45-minute session. We're going to move quickly and swiftly, introduce some great concepts to you. Today is just an introduction, so we're going to slow pitch this one, but please understand, we're going to get into some great stuff. So it's summertime, and here's the thing, and I'm going to read this just in case you can't see it, all right, at home. Here's some of the things we need to think about. We have to understand that this is a great time. This summer is a great time to ask questions. Just imagine, in the classroom, it's too fast, all right? Maybe you're shy, maybe you're ashamed, maybe you don't like speaking out, maybe you're an introvert, okay? This summer is a great time to ask questions that you did not ask during the school year, okay? As you unpack your backpack, as you put things away or throw things away, just remember the summertime is a great time to ask questions. That could be the parents, that could be teachers. You still have their emails. They may have opened up their emails for the summer and say, hey, you can reach out to me. You can go to your library. If you have a mentor in your life, this is a great time to ask questions. Give yourself permission to try. Okay? This is different. This summer enrichment, this is the opportunity to do something different. You're going to go on vacation. You're going to play outside. You're going to be in your sport. You're going to pick up a book to read. This is an opportunity to give yourself permission to try. I am going to try to be a better student. That's what you're giving yourself permission to. There's no pressure, okay? I'm like your virtual tutor, mentor. I'm coming to you every week just to offer you some encouragement to keep doing what you're doing or what you have done, okay? Let's not lose that, okay? Challenge yourself to be a critical thinker. This is the time. Summertime is a great time to kind of sit back and have a new perspective on life. Here's why this is important. You're going to another grade. So maturity has to be different. Okay? Whether you're a 9th grader going to the 10th grade, or 11th grader going to the 12th, or a high school student going to college, this is a great time to practice critical thinking skills where you're able to look at something, okay, and then process it at a deeper level. All right? There's no pressure, there's no grade, okay? There's no homework per se, all right? But this is a great time to be a critical thinker where you can actually process and analyze what's going on in your life and how you are developing in the stages that you're going into. Okay? Take advantage of all the learning community has to offer. Okay? Take advantage of all the learning community has to offer. You're in a great city, no matter where you are. If you're in North Carolina, in Charlotte area, or some other city, Raleigh, Durham, wherever you are, Winston-Salem, wherever you are, you have to take advantage of the learning community around you. There are great resources in every community. You have to take advantage of the learning community. Okay? This is a great practice for college students. Watch. If you understand and you build out in your community. So you say there's some people at the library I need to know. There's somebody at my church that is a professor or a teacher. I need to connect with them. That teaches you the ability to go out and connect and network with other people. Because when you get to college, you're going to have to talk to professors. You're going to have to be involved in affinity groups. You're going to have to take on leadership responsibilities. You're going to have to respect authority. So you have to learn to take advantage of the learning community that's around you. So you do it in your local context, okay? Coaches, mentors, teachers, civil leaders, community agencies, church members, church leaders, business leaders. That is a great practice for when you get to college. Now you know how to network. Now you know how to build relationships. If you're headed to college, here's some things I want you to write down. You got to find out where the study skills place is. The place that helps people with study skills. You got to find out where the writing center is. You got to find out where the writing center. Where is the writing center to help me write these papers? Okay? Where's my academic advisor's office? What building is that? Are there study groups that I need to be taking advantage of? Are there some people who meet in my room or in a coffee shop to talk about a particular subject matter? That's taking advantage of your learning community. Know that every opportunity to improve is available to you. Listen, just like this session right here, there is no reason why you are not learning. Take advantage of the opportunities that are out in your community. Okay, again, we're here every week at 6 o'clock for 45 minutes, hammering this information into you to keep you sharp. Okay? Know your limitations and boundaries. Listen, I learned a long time ago, okay? I need complete silence when I study. My roommate in college, he can have the TV on, he can have the radio playing, and do well in school. You have to know your limitations and boundaries, okay? I took it as this. If the classroom was quiet and silent, and I took tests in an environment that was quiet and silent, I need to train my brain to cooperate and be productive in that type of an environment. That's me. So I couldn't listen to music in my dorm and then go to the classroom and take a test because there's no music on in the classroom. So your brain may be looking for music, okay? Your brain may be looking for music, and your brain is like, where's the music? I'm used to studying and performing with music. So you have to be careful of how you're training your brain to perform at its peak performance level, all right? This is a great time this summer to ask for help, and this is a great time to diversify your academic and social portfolio. All right, what does that mean? What does that mean, Mr. Leon? You want to diversify the classes you take. You got to start, if you're in high school, you got to start thinking about what am I going to major in? What do I want to explore? What am I passionate about? Okay, there are a lot of assessment tools online where you can take assessments online, some questions, a questionnaire, and they'll give you feedback on what they think based on your answers, where they think your passion lies, okay? Diversify your social. You can't just hang with the same people, okay? As you mature and move up in high school and you're headed to college, you should have a different network. You should have a different circle, all right? You don't have to get rid of friends, but you got to diversify your circle. Okay? Let me give it to you in corporate America. There are some people who know bankers, they know lenders, they know teachers, they know doctors, they know investors, they know people who are dentists, they know people. They have diversified their circle to benefit them and their family. Okay? You can work on that now. Diversify your circle. It can't just be all mess. It can't just be all TikTok. It can't just be all videos. It has to be, you have to have some people in your circle that are serious about the things that you value. So if it's church, have some church folks in your circle. If it's sports, have some sports people in your circle. If it's, you want to be a lawyer, have some lawyer types in your circle. You want to be a dentist, have a dentist type in your circle. Okay? So, great opportunity this summer to take advantage of all the things that are here. Okay? So let's jump into some more detailed things. Who are you? Write these questions down. You have a pen and paper. All right? The title is Who Are You? But the first question is, who am I now? Who am I now? I want you to take a few minutes. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Who are you right now? You define it. You can use several words. You can write a sentence. But who are you now? I'm not going to define it for you. This is an opportunity for you to write down, who are you now? Who am I now? I've been thinking about this. I'm going into high school and I really don't know who I am. This is a great time for me to think about, who am I now? Who am I right at this very moment? Currently, who am I? What am I like? All right? What is my perspective? How do my friends perceive me? What do I shy away from? What do I stand firmly about? What are my convictions? Who am I now? Next question is, who do I want to become? Who do I want to become? Come on, high school students, college students. Who is it that you want to become? What's going to be your major? What's going to be your passion? What would your neighbors say about you? Hey, here's an idea. What would the headline be if they picked up a newspaper, okay, or a magazine, and what would the headline be when it comes to you? The greatest, all right? The man that did this, the woman that did this. Who do I want to become? Now, who am I now? And then who do I want to become? So here's the big question. How will I get there? How will I get there? So important. How will I get there? That is called the gap analysis. That's the gap analysis. You can say who you are now. You can set a goal and say, here's what I want to become. But the most important piece, whether you're a high school student or a college student, is how will I get there? That is the gap analysis. So you got to answer that question. What will it take for me to get there? What grade point average? What study habits? What time management habits? How do I need to clean up my circle? How do I need to diversify my circle? How hard do I have to work for my student athletes that are out there? How will I get there? This third question, all of them are very important, all right? Don't get me wrong. But this third question is very, very, very important. How will I get there? All right? Hope you're still enjoying it. I hope you're getting excited. I hope you're already learning some things about yourself. Okay? We have probably about 6 more slides in this session, initial session. And then we're going to wrap it up. Okay? But I want you to be able to have fun, take breaks, get something to drink, grab a sandwich, step away. I'll put some commercial breaks in there for you so that you can step away. So let's go to this next slide. All right? Now, goals for every season. Write that down. Goals for every season. I hope you're processing. Why did he title that Goals for Every Season? Because there's no off season. There's no off season in improving you. There's no off season in making yourself better. There's no off season in being great. There is no off season. Goals for every season. If you can't see it, I will make sure I read it to you. The first one, be prompt in and out of season. Be on time. Have a schedule. Know what you need to do. Be prompt in and out of season. All right? Number 2, be prepared to give and receive. You shouldn't walk into any environment, okay, not prepared to contribute. That's an engaged learner. That's what they use in higher ed. Nice little jazzy phrase called an engaged learner. It's those who come into the classroom, okay, ready to also contribute, to teach, to offer something, but also to learn. Okay? So important. Be prepared to give and receive. That's everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. People are counting on you to make a contribution mentally. Okay? Heart. Put your heart into it. Comes out of your mouth. All right? Number 3. For every season, discuss your expectations. Discuss your expectations. You have to be able to articulate, why am I here? You have to be able to say, I am here to gain X. I am here to learn this. I don't want to do anything anymore that doesn't bring value to my life or value to the lives of others. So discuss your expectations. Okay? If you're headed to college, a professor would love to hear that I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow deeper in the subject area. I'm here to make a contribution. I'm just really excited about, I've already looked at the syllabus. I've looked at the book, the textbook you've selected for this course, etc., etc. Whether it's said or not said, okay, because it can be unspoken, but you can feel this way. You got to discuss your expectations. Listen, we're changing our mindset right now when it comes to education and how we learn. Okay? Number 4, discuss your strengths and weaknesses. You got to know your strengths and weaknesses. You got to know what makes you go, all right, and work hard, and you got to know what drags you down. You got to have that work-life balance, as adults call it, but you got work-life balance in college. There's work-life balance in high school because you guys are working. Life is happening, and there needs to be a balance. That used to be, work-life balance used to be a conversation just for adults. It's no longer just for adults, okay? So know your strengths and weaknesses. Identify people who are readily available. You shouldn't have to chase people to be mentors and to help you. You need to stop that and find people who are readily available. Here's what I mean by that. They want the same things that you want. They have the same goals. If you think about the friends that you got to chase and remind and text and keep texting, and you're worried about why they're not texting me, you need to find people that's readily available, on top of their game, all about their studies, all about their books, all about their life, all about their walk with Jesus. Whatever it is, you have to identify people who are readily available. All right? Number 6, learn how to problem solve. Learn how to problem solve. All right? Big thing in high school. As we make the transition from middle school to high school, okay, we're becoming a little bit distant from our parents, but we don't quite know how to do it just yet, okay? Or we're in college and it's our first time away from home and we don't know how to quite do it. You're going to make mistakes, okay? But you have to learn how to problem solve. Here's how I sum up, learn how to problem solve. Try. Try. T-R-Y. Try. Here's another 3-letter. Ask. A-S-K. So try, ask. You have to ask questions. Because asking questions is learning how to problem solve. All right? So try, ask questions. And if there was a third one, follow up. You got to have some follow up. You got to put things into action. Okay? Last one. Take advantage of healthy lifestyle living. There are a lot of options. Let's talk to my college students. There's a lot of options in the cafeteria. They got the good and the greasy, and they got the healthy salad bars, etc. You have to make a choice now. All right? That's my college students. There's ice cream, there's pizza, there's burgers, there's fries, but there's also salad. There may be vegan options. There may be subs. There may be different types of breads, etc. You have to make a choice. Now, at home, okay, you also have to make a choice, okay? You have to make a choice, and not that you have to tell your parents, but you practice healthy lifestyle living, all right? So what that means is your portions. What that means is cut down the junk food. What that means is exercise. So let's get away from eating. We got to exercise. We got to walk. We got to run. Okay? Those are my student athletes. You're going to stay working out. But those who are not non-student athletes, listen, you can get out and walk. You can do stuff in your room. You can stretch. There's yoga. There's all kind of things you can do at home, okay, to take advantage of a healthy lifestyle. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to change the slide. I want you to get up wherever you at. I want you to get up, go get some water or something, and I will be right back with you. So 2 minutes, let's break. All right. Hopefully you got a chance to get some water and grab your snack and stand up and stretch and move your arms around and bend your legs and your knees and all that other good stuff. Our next slide is probably the most important thing to really get us started in this program. And that is, why is this conversation important? Okay, I know you can't see it, but here's a young man walking to class, okay? And he got a lot on his mind. And I'm going to read them to you. He got a lot on his mind. And you have to know, why do I need to have this conversation? Why am I in this session? Why am I listening and taking notes? Okay? And here's what we often do at the college level. Anytime you come into your co-curricular advisor or director's office, they want to know why you come into the office. Why did you schedule this appointment? Why did you send me a calendar reminder? Okay? All right? So you have to know why this conversation is necessary. Here's a few options. Is it because of your academic status? Maybe you're not the greatest student. Okay? You're not the greatest student, so I want to learn more and be enrolled in this program over the summer because of my academic status. Number two, I lack motivation. Let me come on this side. I lack motivation. Okay? Maybe my motivation is messed up. Maybe it's my emotional health. Okay? Maybe it's my spiritual growth. Maybe because I just lost a childhood friend. Maybe I need some help because I lost my mom or my dad. My grandmother or my papa. Maybe there's something going on that you realize I'm going to need some help because I'm losing focus. Here's another one, stress. Maybe I got a problem with alcohol. Maybe I got a problem with time management. Maybe I got a problem with anger. Maybe I got a problem with study skills, mental health, depression. my social life, financial planning, or procrastination. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, I'm going to read them again. I want you to pick three. Three areas that you need help in. Okay, you go ahead. I'm going to read them again. Mental health, depression, social life, financial planning, procrastination, study skills, anger, time management, alcohol, stress, academic status, motivation, emotional health, spiritual growth, death, and loss. Pick three areas, okay, that you need help in that have contributed to some of the struggles you've had in high school or some of the struggles you're having currently in college. Pick three. You're going to keep these three throughout the entire summer because these three things are going to be the things that we concentrate on the entire summer. If you want, you can email me, you can text me, and I can have a sidebar with you to talk specifically about these areas. But there are areas that are troubling us. There are areas that are stopping us from being amazing. There are areas that are pulling us back because we haven't given them any attention. Okay? You're in this session because something is troubling you or something you want to get better at. All right? So keep those three in mind. And if you can, text me, email me. We can talk about those three areas. All right? Next one. It's a student audit. All right? Here's my man sitting in the office of student services. This is the department that's actually in higher education. It's called student services. Some places call it student affairs. Some places call it student life. But the bottom line, the root of all those three titles is student. Okay? You need to know as you start not only this summer program, but you start in the fall, you need to know what is it that you need to be successful. All right? I've worked in higher education for 20-some years at 3 different colleges and universities. And I learned in those 20 years, here's what I learned, okay? I learned that there were some people who did not do well being away from home. All right? They needed somebody to wake them up. They needed somebody to tell them to go to bed. They needed somebody to tell them when to eat. Okay? So I want you, here are the options. Family. You need relationships. Do you need an affinity group? Do you need a supporter or a mentor? Do you need a safe haven? Do you need friends? Do you need a sport? Do you need counseling? Do you need a community? Do you need your siblings? Name three. Pick three things that you need. All right? If you're going to college, you can base it off of this. Here's what I needed in high school. Here's what I think I'm going to need in college, knowing who I am. Okay? What three areas do you need in your life to be successful? Again, family, relationships, affinity group, supporter, a safe haven, siblings, community, counseling, sports, friends. What is it that you need? The faster that you identify, even in high school, what you need, because some people, let me make myself an example. I needed sports. Sports was the thing that motivated me through all of K through 12. Sports kept me pushing. And whenever I was bad in school, as they say, okay, the first thing my mom would want to take away was sports. Because she knew that's what my heart is. If he's going to straighten up, you got to take away his sport. Wasn't nothing else that mattered to me, right? Outside of my sport. So I needed sports. Sports carried me through college, 4 years of college to get a bachelor's degree in business management. I played college football. So sports helped motivate me and keep me on track. Number two, I love family. I love people, but I love my family. I was mature enough to move 3.5 hours away, but I miss my family. So family was important to me, okay, as I was growing as an 18, 19, 20, and 21-year-old. So those are just two examples that I realized about myself that I grabbed from high school and my upbringing, and then I brought it over, put it in my backpack, and took it with me to college. Because those were two things that I definitely needed. I want you to hold on to the three things for you. All right? Because we're going to come back to it throughout this summer. All right? So, again, pick three of the things that you need to be successful. All right? Here we go. Next slide. Here's what I want you to do. This is a great exercise. I love this one. This is called an introduction letter. Okay? You're going to, in the fall, you're going to practice now, but you're going to write an introduction letter to your professor or to your teachers. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? All right, why can't I just wait to meet them? Who wants to meet their teacher, etc.? We're new learners. We're engaged learners. We're active learners. We're not just people who sit in the classroom and the teacher deposits information into us. We're coming to school ready to learn. It is a change of mindset, okay? And this is what I'm trying to help you understand. Those who put in this type of work and have this type of perspective, the outcome, the learning outcomes are great because it's a different approach to learning. It's an active, I am all in. It is participatory, okay? So you're going to do an introduction letter, all right? And here's what I say on the side. This is the most important conversation of the semester. It is very important to formally introduce yourself to your professors at the beginning of the semester. Here's why. You get in the middle of the semester and you realize you're not performing well. Now all of a sudden you want to have a relationship with your professor. Too late. They won't deny you, but you've wasted 8 weeks and all they know you sat in the back. They didn't really know your name. They haven't had any conversations with you. But if you do an introduction letter and start the relationship from the very beginning, there are a lot of professors and teachers who are going to appreciate that. That, wow, I'm excited to have this freshman in my class. I'm excited to have this high school sophomore in my class. He reached out to me. He's excited about biology. He's already reading books over the summer. Okay? All right? So in this introduction letter, I want you to give it a try. I'm going to read you my example. I am contacting you, dear professor, I am contacting you to personally introduce myself. I am enrolled in your 9 a.m. marketing class on Tuesday and Thursday. I am excited about the learning opportunity we will share this semester. This year, I am working closely with the lead program through the leadership office. I want you to just take a few minutes and write your first 3 sentences. If you're in college, dear professor. If you're in high school, dear teacher. And you want to kind of lay out, if you're looking at a format, you want to kind of lay out why you're excited about being in their class. What are you looking forward to? And maybe some specifics of, I'll be in your 10 o'clock second block class. All right, I'm in your second block class and I'm looking forward to being in there all year long. You write an introduction email. I'm telling you, students, parents, whoever get an opportunity to see this video, this is a wonderful opportunity to change your perspective as a student and as a parent of a student. Okay? We have a student here. I'm going to have him read some of his just so that people can hear an example. I'll give him a few more minutes and then I'll have him read what he wrote to his professor. It's almost an imaginary letter because you don't have a schedule just yet, but it's a great practice. So what happens in August when you receive your schedule, or whenever you know your schedule and your teachers, I would fire that email off because most teachers make themselves available through email. Most professors make themselves available. Okay? It's a different approach to learning. All right, this is all we're doing. We're shifting our mindset on learning. Okay? All right, young man, you ready? I want you to just read what you have. Go ahead.
Dear Professor, I am personally contacting you to give a proper introduction of myself. I am enrolled in your 1 p.m. political science class on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I am excited about getting the opportunity to learn under you to help me in my career path this semester.
Excellent, excellent. Great. It don't have to be long, short, sweet, concise, to the point. Sign at the bottom, Leon. Now here's the thing. I want to help us clean up, okay? On our email, it should be your position as a class student or classy student. It shouldn't say Leon Williams and 6 other things that you're involved in and 3 other things that you like to do. Leon Williams, freshman, class of 2000, etc. That's how simple it should be, okay? But this introduction letter should not be a long letter. No more than 2 paragraphs, 6 to 8 sentences. All right? All right? Have fun with that one. Let me know as the summer goes on how that works out. Did anybody respond? Did you hear back from your professor? Etc. Okay. All right. So, let's move on. Now, here's an important piece to your learning. It is called developing the learning committee. Okay? This is taken from the doctoral level. Okay? So there's a bachelor's degree in college, 4-year college. Then there's the master's degree. Okay? And then there's the doctorate level. And part of the doctoral process is that your job is to form a doctoral committee. This committee is in charge of your learning. This committee is going to help you grow and develop in your area of expertise. So what I did after receiving my doctorate, I brought that whole process down to the high school and college level, developing your learning committee. So here's what you would do. You would have a calendar or planner, okay? And you would write in what days are you going to email professors, do an office visit, have a conference call, and here's what professors like the most, having lunch with students. You're going to be surprised once you get to college. Having lunch with students. You need to know these people, plug them in, have them on your calendar, know their names, know their office hours, when they take lunch, etc. Here's why. Down the road, let me help my high school students. Let's go back to that earlier piece of social networking. Down the road, all right, when you graduate from college or even high school, let's go high school, you're going to need some reference letters. You're going to need some people to write some referral letters on your behalf. High school students rely on a guidance counselor only sometimes to write a reference letter. I'm trying to help you understand. You have to go beyond that, all right? Colleges want 2 to 3 or 4 reference letters. So if you build your learning committee and you have a healthy relationship with your teachers in high school, when you graduate or when you're applying to college, there'll be your biology teacher that'll write a letter for you, your math teacher will write a letter for you, your guidance counselor will write a letter for you, your principal will write a letter for you. That's 4 letters. Your coach, that's 5. You should be able to get a letter, a recommendation letter or a referral letter, all right, about your character, your performance in the classroom, how diligent you are and stand on task, how persistent you are in getting things done, and how you love learning. You want that to come out of the letter. Okay? So we start that process now. Okay? You don't have to wait. All right? Now, any questions, please type it in. I'll get back to your questions later. But if you have any questions, please type it in. If this is being beneficial to you, whether you're an adult or you're sitting with your child or your student is watching this themselves, Make sure you pass this along. Share this. I'm going to keep this posted on our church website because this is great information, okay? And we'll see you right back here next week, okay, for our second summer session. All right, so here, we got a few more and we're done. Now, here's another important thing before we get into a lot of details about school. And if you notice, these first 5 to 6 slides were really about your character. It was really about preparation. It was really about changing your mindset. It was all about your approach to being a student. We haven't even got into the specifics of study habits and time management and being efficient and being effective. We haven't even got into that stuff. This is all before you even start school. This is why I love this book and people who have contributed to this book, because these are the things we're doing before class start. This is our summer change of mindset, all right? Be the best version of you. I want you to think about this, okay? We're not going to go through every question, but I want you to think, what was the last time you remember being at your best? Take a few seconds to think about that. When's the last time you remember being at your best? Here's what the second question said. How would you describe that day, that week, that moment? So just pick a time. When were you last at your best, sharp, on top of your game? Day was fantastic. You got all your tasks done. You dotted your I's. You crossed your T's. You met your timelines. You was late to nothing. You just had an amazing day. I want you to think about that day, and I want you to describe that day and moment. I want you to describe it, whether you have it in your mind or write it down. Think about that day. What was going on? Here's an important question. What was going on in your life at that time? Now, some people do really well in chaos. Their life was hectic, but they had an amazing day through the storm. That's awesome. That is phenomenal if you had an amazing day through the storm. But it could have just been a day that you were on. I want you to think about that day. What was going on in your life at that very moment, on that day? What emotions do you remember about that moment? Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you motivated? Were you angry? That's important. Because some people, honestly, they perform their best when their backs are against the wall, when there's no other alternative, when they have no other answer. Some of you are great where you can be motivated and you're hitting it hard, you're doing everything right, and you're knocking it out of the park, and you don't need to have a setback. And there's some people, when setbacks come in, they fall apart. That's true. There are some people that can't handle setbacks. This is about learning about you and the way that you learn and function and act and set and reset. All right? All of these things. Now, being at your best. We've walked through these questions. When was the last time you remember being at your best? How would you describe that day, week, or moment? What was going on in your life at that time? What emotions do you remember and why? And if that is now, how are you handling that moment? Here's how I want you to think. If you're excelling right now, how are you handling that moment? If this moment right now, on this Thursday evening, is this the best moment that you are having right now? If this is it, I need you to hold that, put it in a capsule, and I want you to duplicate that tomorrow. That's important, that you're able to duplicate this the next day, and then Saturday, and then Sunday. That nothing should get in your way. No sleep issues, no no friend issues, no social media issues, etc. You gotta grab hold of the best day you've had as far back as you remember and what was going on and how did you feel, and I want you to put all of that in a capsule. I want you to put all of that and bundle it up and just say, I want this every day, and I'm going to be this every day. I'm going to choose to be great every day. That's what I need. I need you to do that. And here's what you're saying. No matter what is going on, no matter who says something to me, no matter who was in my life, no matter if I experience failure, whatever it is, I'm going to be the best person. I'm going to grab that day and I'm going to hold on to it and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to emulate that success. I'm going to walk in that because I remember what it felt like when I closed my eyes and go to bed and go to sleep. I felt accomplished. I felt like I had taken advantage of life in the good. That's what I want you to hold on to, because it's that attitude that's going to make you a different student in the classroom. All right? Again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Here's a reminder slide of when we'll see you again. That is next Thursday, 6 o'clock, which will be June the 16th. Again, my name is Leon Williams. We're here every week. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. I'll put the slide back up there so you can have it and get out your way so that you can capture it. And again, email me with questions. Hopefully you enjoyed this 45-minute session. I look forward to being with you next Sunday. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you.